Hey guys, welcome back. I want to talk a little bit about Nurbs surfaces, right? Now, like I said in the earlier video, Nurbs will create a really smooth object and give you the absolute most precise surface that you can ask for. Now, a Nurbs object is always going to have four sides, and it's always made of mathematically created curves, and those curves are defined by control points. So if we jump in here, right, we notice that I've created four curves, and if I go ahead and turn the control points on, you see that I can take these curves and I can change them, right? Now, to get a surface, what you need to do is you have to always start with a curve, right? And then you perform some sort of an action on that curve. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to perform a loft command, and that loft is going to create a surface with four sides that is the result of these four curves here, right? So I'm going to select them. I'm going to type in loft. Don't worry that you don't know how to do this yet. I'll say OK. And there we go, right? So now I've actually created a surface with 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, right? Now you might be saying, what if it's round, right? That's fair. So if I had a round surface and I went to my top view and I made this surface here into something that was round by, say, trimming it. I trim this thing away, hit escape. Whoops, those are my curves. Right now you're like, okay, yeah, see, that's a round surface. Yeah, it is a round surface, but it's actually controlled by control points that are in a square or have four sides. So watch this. If I select this surface and I turn on its control points, you see that? Believe it or not, these control points that now have nothing to do with this surface, they're not connected to it at all, still have some sort of influence. You can see that one's not. But they all have some sort of an influence over this surface, right? Crazy, huh? All right, so let me go ahead and delete that. Now, the thing about Nurbs is, you know, you're going to get a seam if you're not careful, right? So if I'm going to go ahead and take this guy and I'm going to copy it over here, in order to get sort of a smooth surface between two objects, now that surface there is smooth and that one there is smooth, so that doesn't seem like it'll be a big deal. But if I go ahead and I try to make a smooth surface between all of these, right? A lot of times people will say, well, I mean, technically when you are creating a Nurbs surface, what you're doing is you're patching things, right? And Rhino even has a command called a patch. And you can see when you begin to patch something, you don't necessarily get the best or the most accurate object. You know, it's a pretty good way to get something, but it's not really necessarily the best, right? There's always going to be different ways. Now, what if I try to, and I'll be talking about different ways to get different commands together to get sort of a smooth blend to a surface. And again, you can see what I just did there is I just actually did a loft. And that's not a horrific surface, right? But if we go into, say, rendered view, and this is where trying to make smooth surfaces in Rhino when it comes to rendering can be kind of a pain, right? So you notice that the way that I chose to join those surfaces, I did not get a perfectly smooth transition between this surface and that surface, right? So that's one of the big drawbacks to working in Nurbs. But if you want to create a single really smooth surface, if you want to create something that is going to be manufactured, Nurbs is the way to go, right? Now, again, we are in architecture class, so modeling and rendering, Nurbs works really well for 99% of the things that we have to do in this class. Okay, I'm going to stop the video there, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.